My name is Brianna Simone, and I'm the Standing for Black Girls coordinator with Women's Leadership Project. For Women's Leadership Project, I was not really into politics or advocacy of any kind, wasn't sure really what social justice was or what resources were and were not available to me at the time. So having a mentor like Sakibu and our program coordinator who I have to shout out Clay because they were a really big part of my high school development.
I'm Sakibu Hutchinson, founder of the Women's Leadership Project.
One of the reasons why we started the hashtag Standing for Black Girls Coalition and Wellness Initiative back in 2020 at the height of the pandemic was to address the fact that there were so many Black girls traumatized by this nexus of toxicity, and they could not find affordable, culturally competent, Black affirming care, mental health care. That was our catalyst for starting hashtag Standing for Black Girls.
So the national statistics are absolutely horrendous and abysmal. We know that African American women and girls comprise over a third of those who have gone missing, who've been abducted in the United States, and we do not receive even a smidgen of the attention that white girls and women who are missing and have been abducted receive. 38% of Black children are among those who are missing in the United States. And African American girls and women are 2.5 times more likely to die by a gun homicide than are non-Black women and girls. So these are absolutely horrendous stats. And our youth have been examining these stats, have been plugging in with policymakers, have been initiating resources in the community to try and address these issues.
The majority of Black girl survivors who had experienced sexual abuse, who had experienced domestic violence, who had experienced sexual harassment, which is fucking off the charts in our schools, against Black girls, the anti-Black misogyny in our schools is institutionalized, that these young people had not had any form of intervention. They had no counseling, they had no therapy, there was no validation of their experiences, and there was no pipelining of them into joy, into health, into sustaining themselves, into affirming themselves. So that's why we started hashtag Standing for Black Girls.
I would say any movement is stronger with numbers. So if you have friends who can relate to the cause, then a group of people fighting for that cause is more likely to kind of get resources and get things going. And it makes it more fun at the same time. I've grown I'm really close to other people who I've met through Women's Leadership Project.
No more violence, no more hate. Black girls, we gotta appreciate. No more violence, no more hate. Black girls, we gotta appreciate. We're standing.
We're standing. We're standing for Black girls.
Toyin Salu was 19 years old in 2020 when she was abducted, sexually assaulted, and murdered by a Black man who was described on Twitter and in the community. Toyin was a Black Lives Matter activist and prominent in the Tallahassee community. This young woman's story was all over Twitter, and the idea and the outrage of even our community knowing what's going on and our community asking questions and nothing being done, that is, as said before, a fucking outrage. And this is why we do this work, to bring awareness, to bring community, and to know that this is not acceptable and this is not okay. This is someone's daughter, sister, cousin, mother. And this stuff is so important, and it hits so close to home because some of these people, this could be anyone that we know. This could be our neighbors. And it's really frightening to know that this can happen at any time to anyone. So we really hold this dear space to us. Sharing a couple other names, Tiani Theas went missing at 16 years old and was found dead at the 110 freeway. This one was close to home. This was right around the corner from my house. Her killer has not been found, and it was believed she might have been a victim of sex trafficking. This is literally just a snapshot of a pinch of the iceberg of how many young women are actually missing. Just to get an idea of the iceberg, let's pretend this hand is literally everyone that's missing. and we'll say about 4 fingers is considered just girls of color, just Black girls. That means that there has to be justice, and there has to be more than just noise against raising awareness and justice for these young women. Black women are not invisible. We are not just an erasure. We're not just here today, gone tomorrow. We are loved. We matter, and we have a space and time, and we're holding space for these young women of color.
We're standing.